What is the prep for you to be able to go out there and start rocking on Tanahashi's theme?
Well, it's pretty much the same prep for any kind of big event where I'm collaborating with anybody else. The first thing that happens is I will receive the music, and 9 times out of 10, they say just play it your way, however you want to play it. And then you put together, like, whether if I'm playing with a band, you rehearse with the band. If you're playing with like tracks, you edit the tracks or whatever. So before you do the event, you have like a sound check. Sometimes at these big events like Tokyo Dome or something, the sound check may be on a different day from the actual event. I don't remember what happened in this case, but I remember Tokyo Dome is very big, and it's not, when you do something like what I did with Tanahashi, it's not like you stand on a stage and play. You walk through the entire floor of the event. There were like walkways. There wasn't really like a stage like when a band is playing. As you know, in the wrestling, there's a wrestling ring in the middle of everything. So what they had with the Tokyo Dome was like all of these ramps and roads going to and from the wrestling ring. And so when we did the sound check rehearsal, we had to figure out, okay, where are we going to walk together? Where am I going to play against him? Where are we going to pose together? Where's the, television camera is going to be? Where's we going to pose when this explosion goes off? And every little detail of the song is not very long, maybe 3 minutes at the most. Every little thing, and usually it kind of is weird for me, but they always say, dude, go out there and play a guitar solo first by yourself. They always say that. It's just about anything. It could be, I could be playing for like a Japanese idol, 5 girls in an idol group or something. Okay, when we start the stage, you go out there and play a guitar solo. Like, really? Really? I mean, I'm very flattered, but I mean, we've got this killer song. Why don't we just come out and bam? It's like, no, play a guitar solo, whatever. So I forgot if I did this at Tanahashi's thing or not. But what I do remember is we are, want to walk at the same pace. He's got his thing where he plays air guitar. And so I was trying to mimic his motions, and then he was mimicking my motions. And then we'd play off each other almost like band members. And we kind of got our little moves together on the sound check. And then between sound check and the real thing is when I saw Tanahashi's really concentration mode. I mean, because for him, it wasn't just the entrance theme. He was getting ready to do a major match, the championship. So, this entrance theme was very small details for him. That was just the fun. He had real things on his mind. The entrance thing is just fun, a bit of fun. But he was in such a concentrated mode. He was by himself, by the stage. He was like doing kind of stretches and just was so deeply in touch with what he was doing. He wasn't talking to. He was there. I was there because we were both going to go out together to start this thing. But I was just playing a song. He was going out there to do an actual match, which he won, by the way. But I just loved watching that concentration mode, man. I thought this is top league pro. And then I'm trying to think in English. He's just the top league pro, man.
And I
Champion.
just love also though how you're saying all these things about Tanahashi, but it's probably very reflective of the things that you do, like you said before, you've gone out at the stage over the years too. If anyone, or for everybody that is familiar with your playing, the songwriting, the technique, everything with you, it's not just waking up one day and being like, all right, cool, I can do this. Like there's so much prep that I'm sure goes into it. You've got your warm-ups, you've got everything that you're doing. And the one thing I love too about when you did play Tanahashi to the ring too, there are a lot of people who play the entrances for wrestlers and they're just off on the side, right? They have all the sound set up. It's a band, fine. But with you, like you said, you and him were in step. Like you came out first, then he comes out, and then you're walking down to the ring with him too in front of the Tokyo Dome or at the Tokyo Dome in front of all the fans. And so it was a little bit different than what you've seen, in other performances. Like you're not just standing off to the side. You're part of the show now. You're part of Tanahashi's canon. You're part of Wrestle Kingdom 8 because you're walking in frame with him and you're not just walking behind him. You know, you're walking side by side with him. He's referencing you, you're referencing him. And this is years before, you know, Nita Strauss playing Nakamura to the ring. This is years before Montezzi with Sammy Guevara over an AEW. So I think 2014, you're coming out there when there's a lot of kind of static stuff happening on the stage with the musician, and you're like, nah, man, you and I, let's do this. Let's make it an event. I'm Marty Friedman. You're Tanahashi. We got to make it an event, don't we?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go in there and lose. I'm not going to go in there and lose, but it's not a competition. And really, I was just honored because I'm sure it was Tanahashi himself who asked me to do it because he told me he was a big fan of mine. And, you know, people see me playing guitar in Japan quite a lot. And he's known for being a big fan of guitar. So, you know, when he asked me, I was just honored to do it. And, you know, like you said, I'm not going to be just standing there on the side in the back, although I would be just as honored to do that. You know, I love to play music in any situation. But, you know, it was a show. It was a part of the show. It was very much, the staging was very, very worked out between him and myself and the staff and the broadcasting. And they really, really did it like a major event that it was. But yeah, I'm going to give it the same thing that I give it any of my shows, really. It's like as soon as I start playing in front of anybody, you know, it's game on for me, so to speak. You know, I think I guess it's something in common with myself, and I don't want to put myself in a league with Tanahashi champion like that, but I guess the same thing is as soon as the lights go down and there's an audience there, something comes over me and I just play, you know, I'm on 1,000%. You know, it's adrenaline, it's experience, it's just what I do. It's all those things put together that, you know, if I'm sitting here at home, you know, I rarely play at home because, you know, I just don't play that much. And if I did, it would be so casual. But as soon as, you know, you're in the fucking Tokyo Dome, man, there's billions of people there. They're all completely ape shit. And there's nothing else you can do than just completely go crazy yourself. So, and that's just a normal way of moving, you know, as a player, as an artist, musician, guitar player, whatever. So I think that's kind of the same thread between anyone who plays on stage for people and has done it for a long time and loves doing it. And I think that's a common thing.